Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Hope you're doing good, hope you're keeping safe and well, and hope you're having a fantastic and a smashing weekend as the boys are set to take on Wolves, as I like to call it, at White Hart Lane at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tomorrow, in what I also like to call our biggest game of the season. This game could honestly determine, based on other teams and how many points they pick up this weekend, whether Tottenham Hotspur are playing in the Champions League next season. Hear me out. Obviously, us fans look at the games against Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, the derbies, and obviously we look at the games like City, United, Liverpool, and say they're our biggest games of the season because they're big games in general. But I think you've got to look at this game. I think you've got to look at where these two teams, Tottenham Hotspur and Wolves, are currently in the league. I think you've got to look at the points we're on compared to other teams and say it's do or die this game for me for top four. If we lose this game, United win their game against Southampton today, and then West Ham win their game this weekend as well, I believe top four, not over, but will be very, very difficult to get. Very difficult to get, because obviously any team can slip up this season, but I believe if we lose this game and other teams, pounce on that opportunity and pick up points this weekend, we are in big, big trouble. And I think it's going to be a real struggle not to get top four. And this is the most important top four finish, in my opinion, because if we don't get top four, there are massive question marks around the whole team, and the club could honestly go into disarray. Conte could leave, Harry Kane could go, all of that could happen. I like not to acknowledge it because we're far away from that point, but we cannot downplay how big top four is for the club. We don't get top four, I don't believe we'll get top four for another 5 to 10 years, because then we'll need to properly rebuild without Conte, without Kane, potentially without Son, potentially without Romero. It's a huge, huge season where we need Champions League football, and we need to capitalise on other teams such as United not picking up as many not picking up as many points as they started off the season wanting to. Obviously, they started off the season, and I think most fans started off the season looking at that top four race and going, okay, as much as we like to be in it, it's very, very simple. Manchester City, Liverpool, Manchester United, and Chelsea, right? Those were the four teams that were going to get top four. 3 of those are, very likely to get top four. The only one that's a little bit in doubt there is Chelsea, away from Manchester United. I think Liverpool and City obviously are going to get it. Chelsea, they can slip up. I believe they will get it, though. This 4th place contention that we all had down as United's, top four in Champions League football, almost confirmed, signed, sealed, delivered at the beginning of the season, has not gone to plan with the sacking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, with Ralf Rangnick coming in. And you've got to give credit to other teams, to the likes of Wolves, who have taken points off Manchester United. As I say, Wolves this season, heading into this game, you cannot look at them as a mid-table team or an easier game, or a team, that's mediocre that we can pick up points against. Obviously, I do believe we can pick up points this Sunday, but you cannot downplay how good they have been this season, right? Bruno Lage comes into this Wolves team. They are in disarray. They were in absolute disarray. Nuno Espirito Santo beforehand played really good football with them not really good football. It was pretty defensive and boring, but they were picking up results. They were getting into Europe. Yet on his last season, players were getting injured. Players were wanting to leave, as I say. 13th place compared to 7th and 8th place finishes the season before. They were nowhere near good enough. Bruno Lage comes in. A year without management. Wolves fans and other fans are like, is this guy really going to work at Wolves? First 3 games, loses them all 1-0. And as much as you say, it's not really going to plan, you've got to look at their XG in those games, and you've got to look at possession. And I normally say, you can have the possession, but you don't win games. But you could clearly see from those 3 games they were playing more attractive football than Nuno was, and you could clearly see that he was going to turn it around. And the more the season has went on, the better they have got. After those 3 games, picking up results, picking up points, still conceding a few goals here and there, 2 or 3 goals, 1, 2, or 3 goals a game. But the last 5 or 6, they have been so good, compact at the back. Kilman, Cody, and Saiz. Apart from Saiz going for the AFCON, those 3 have been 3 defensive rocks for Wolves. Jose Sarr, fantastic in goal, fantastic, statistics. has such confidence in between the sticks. Midfield, you've got people like João Moutinho and Ruben Neves who can hold up play. And when you're having a bad game, when you're not really creating as many opportunities as you want to, they can smash a goal from outside the box. Moutinho did it against Villa earlier in the season, right? Neves did it to beat Manchester United 1-0. Up front, Raul Jimenez, Wang Hee-chan, quality team balls. Podence as well, playing some brilliant stuff at the minute. And you look at their results, a 1-0 loss to Arsenal, and when they do lose, they only lose by 1 goal, really. 1-0 loss to City, 1-0 loss to Liverpool, 1-0 loss to Arsenal. Apart from that, they don't lose many games. 1-0 to Norwich in the FA Cup. But away from that, in the league, they've won a majority of their last games. And they've won them very easily. 2-1 against Brentford, 3-1 against Southampton. And even when they do concede goals, it's only 1. They are so compact, they are so well structured, and they're going to be so hard to break down this Sunday. And I do worry. I really do worry, because Tottenham Hotspur's game plan going into this game is going to be playing it out wide to either Royale or Doherty and Reguilon to try and get a ball into the box with attacking fullbacks. We do that against Wolves. Their back three will just head it away time after time after time again. Their midfield will capitalise, have a strike, have a pop-up goal, which will pay off or whatever, by giving them too much space in midfield. Or, the likes of Raul Jimenez or Chan up front will smash one in the back of the net. I am very, very concerned about this game. And as I say, you cannot downplay Wolves. I think we can't give them any space in midfield, because we saw what Neves did against United. We saw what Moutinho's done time after time after time this season. You cannot give this team space in the midfield. You truly can't, because they will capitalise. They will capitalise. They have players in there who can really smash one. And even, it's not a case of sometimes they'll get one in, sometimes they'll fluff it. It will always be on target. Raul Jimenez banging in the goals up front. Podence, really a threat down that wing. They've got people like Fabio Silva as well who can come on. They are such a dangerous team. And I think with the fact they don't concede goals, there's only 2 ways this game is going to go. Tottenham Hotspur score an early goal. We managed to hold on, as I say, with them peppering at the back of our net like we did earlier in the season against Nuno. That is possible. That definitely is possible. If we score first, by the statistics and the way Wolves handle themselves after conceding first, we can go on and win. They score first, it's going to be a real challenge to break down their defence. So, score prediction for me might be a little bit boring, but I'm going to go with a 0-0. I really don't want that result. Either a 0-0 or a 1-0 Spurs. Those are the 2 results I do. You know what? It's the weekend. 1-0 Spurs. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to win tomorrow. Massive game, though. Massive game. Hope you're just as excited as I am. 2 City boys back in action tomorrow. Let's put what happened midweek behind us. We need the confidence. Conte needs the confidence and the backing from the fans. Let's do this. Come on, you Spurs. In Conte, we trust. 3 points, please, Tottenham. Come on.